fans. Welcome to a live edition of 407 Rangers. It is your host, Raymond Tapia. Sorry, I've been extremely busy with the basketball stuff and everything, and my equipment manager has been extremely caught up with things of his own. So, got to do it off the phone today here. So, we're going to do our Stanley Cup predictions today. As y'all know, the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers are going to be doing the rematch once again. And honestly, the Edmonton and Star series, that last game, I don't know why Coach DeBall just fully pulled Jake Ottinger after allowing two goals, which I get it. It was trying to send a message to the team to, wake up and play better. But they should have honestly just kept Ottinger out for like 2 minutes and then put him back on the ice because the coach can be mad all he wants about Jake Ottinger allowing those two easy goals, but at the end of the day, Jake Ottinger was the legit reason why the Dallas Stars was even staying alive in every series. Like he can say all he wants about Jake Ottinger, and his press conference alone was a bad look. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Dallas Stars go in a different direction and all of a sudden they want to fire the ball because they didn't like how he gave the exit interviews and things of that nature. So Dallas is definitely going to be doing a lot of moves in the offseason because they have to figure out their like money issues and things of that nature, especially after getting Miko Ranson in. So they got a lot of work to do to even keep the roster around for next season. So they got a lot to do. But anywho, it's not about them. This is about the rematch. Now, everybody knows like the Florida Panthers might have a realistic shot at winning another Stanley Cup with the way they've been playing and how stacked they are, especially after acquiring Brad Marchand and Seth Jones. It seems like they never picked up where they left off or missed a beat or any of that. So it just seems like the Panthers are going to just be right back where they left off. So, but at the same time, when it comes to the Edmonton Oilers, I gotta say, man, that they are definitely on a redemption mission, man. The way they've been playing this postseason, they are definitely hungry. Now, a lot of people will think like without Zach Hyman, it might hurt the team a little bit, but honestly, if the Edmonton Oilers have the whole entire team involved, then there is a possible chance that they can do the unthinkable and quite possibly win the Stanley Cup and bring it back to Canada after damn near 40 years. Like, let that sink in, guys. It's been almost like 40 years now since a Canadian NHL team has actually brought home the Stanley Cup. The last team that won a Stanley Cup for Canada was the Montreal Canadiens in 1993 when Patrick Roy was still playing. Like, guys, I'm 35 years old. That was super long ago. That was like when I was like 43 years old. That was the last time they won a cup. And I'm 35 now. So that's a long time ago. So I'm sure all of Canada is just rooting for Edmonton just for that sake because they want to finally get off this Canadian curse hump, which I totally get it because if you see throughout the decades, the Canucks lost and things of that nature. And honestly, the Toronto Maple Leafs, out of every other team that played against the Panthers, that was probably the only team that gave the Panthers a scare because they actually took them to 7 games. The problem was Toronto couldn't execute in their must-win games, and that's why Florida Panthers got to advance to the final round. But if you ask me who I think can win it, see, I want to go with the realistic, like, gut feeling that the Panthers are going to win it again. But I'm going to actually be crazy on this one. I might actually go with the Edmonton Oilers due to the fact that I really feel like Connor McDavid is just going to be on a different level this Stanley Cup. And they actually play tonight, so we'll see how it all turns out. But if you ask me, Edmonton has the same kind of physicality and forechecking, and they can actually back check pretty good. And it's also like Stuart Skinner was actually been playing a lot better than last year too. So if Stuart Skinner can continue what he's been doing throughout the series and redeem himself in this cup, then the Edmonton Oilers really might have a chance of winning it after a very long time. And I really do feel like Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid are really hungry and they're going to play their asses off. But I'm not going to count Florida out either. Despite me picking Edmonton and probably going 7 games, I'm also not going to count the Florida Panthers out either because I know how good that team is. I know how good Barkov, Bennett, Ekblad, and Marchand and Reinhardt and freaking Rodriguez and Verhage and those guys. I know how good they are. So I'm not going to sit here and act like it's going to be an easy sweep. But my bad, guys. I had a phone call. But anywho, Bobrovsky is gonna most likely play good too, so I'm sure he's gonna be on top of his game. But yeah, I got Edmonton in 7, so that's my Stanley Cup predictions. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and we're just gonna have to see what happens. We'll see who's gonna be our 2025